It continues to function as a normal home, thanks to its flexible connections.
The difference is that in a normal house you have fixed connections from gas, water and sewer drain. Here it has to be flexible because the house goes up and down. And this is a pump that pumps in the sewer from toilet, bath, kitchen into this flexible connection.
The houses are joined by a steel connection.
These pylons are the guidance for the houses when they float up and come down again. And they keep them exactly in place. So if a house goes up, it comes back on the concrete piles exactly the same spot as it left.
Not all floating homes are located right on the river's edge. This one's attached to shore from 3 sides.
So you have your own garden, and it's very still. The movement of water doesn't affect a lot the feeling in the house. It's not a ship, it's very stable.
This home also sits on a large concrete box filled with air. It rises up and down with the water level.
The concrete box is about 1 meter thick underwater and 40 centimeters above the water. So there's a lot of air in it and just a little concrete, and that makes it float, so it's safe.
You have to look hard to find the flexible connections. They're under the terrace. There are currently 20,000 floating homes in the Netherlands, and they're looking at building a lot more. But there are some significant challenges.
Planning on water is different than planning on land. You need space to live, but you also need privacy. And on water, getting privacy is even more difficult.
This is just the beginning. Engineers are now planning floating cities that could actually be reached by floating roads. Now, it may sound like pure fantasy, but when it comes to engineering ingenuity, never underestimate the Dutch. I'm here in Amsterdam now at their world-famous flower market. You know, the Dutch, they have always been top class when it comes to growing and selling flowers. I mean, look at this, 20 roses for €5. How can you beat that? You can't. And I bet you didn't know that in the 17th century, the Dutch actually used tulip bulbs as a form of currency. I kid you not. 4 centuries later, they still have the market cornered. I mean, this place is home to the world's largest and most important flower auction. And you know what? It all happens under one seriously mega roof. Take a look and smell the flowers. It is the biggest and busiest building in the world. 1 million square meters. It's the size of Monaco. With 12,000 people working around the clock, it's a sprawling army of suppliers, buyers, sellers, wholesalers, and exporters.
We call ourselves the Wall Street of the flower industry. More than 30% of the worldwide export is sold here in this building. We have 13 auction clocks. 9 are used for flowers, 4 are used for plants, and they run all together at the same time. They all start at 6 o'clock in the morning, simultaneously.
The buyers compete against each other in a Dutch auction, and the clock is the key. It's got all the essential information. The first one to stop the clock pays top price, but gets the highest quality merchandise.
It's a gain every day, what you must give for the roses. But today you give 35, tomorrow it's maybe 30, but can also 40. Yeah, that's all in the game.
You have to be quick on the button. The auctions run at a blistering pace, with a new sale every 5 seconds. More than 20 million stems and 5 million potted plants change hands every day, totaling 45,000 transactions. A single sale can be as little as 100 or as many as 10,000 stems. And there are several hundred buyers bidding on each auction. Some buy remotely, working several auctions at once online.
We have a very complete assortment. It's very essential for our exporters and wholesalers that they can buy any flower there's available in the world. So our assortment is coming from all over the world. We have every day more than 13,000 different varieties of flowers.
There are 800 kinds of roses alone sold at the auction, yet there are only about 20 companies in the world breeding them. And one of those is family-run Terra Nigra. Their specialties are roses and gerberas.
What we are doing here is breeding, is making new varieties. Then we test all those new varieties. And then at the end of the testing phase, that's about between 4 and 7 years, the variety would be maybe commercial. So other growers are able to grow that variety in the Netherlands or abroad, it doesn't matter where.
Breeding flowers is